everybody for inviting me to come over. I apologize, no disrespect meant. I'm in a white t-shirt. There's a little story about that. I went out to lunch today, got lost, didn't have no money that I could transfer. I had American cash in my wallet, they wouldn't take it. The little place I ate didn't take a credit card. So by the time Hassan could come and get me, there wasn't no time to go back to the room. So I'm sorry about my attire.
Feel free.
Okay.
No problem at all.
I'm really amazed, delighted, in awe of just the wow of the amount of people you have in your club. And I know there's it's a team effort and a lot of players, but the little bit that I've learned and what I know about the Bahrain club of the Indian Fantails, first I'd like to thank Mr. Ali for bringing me in here.
يشكر الحضور يشكر الحضور السيد ريك لايمن ويبدي إعجابه وانبهاره بعدد أعضاء نادي الشمس الهندي البحريني والتعاون مدى التعاون فيما بينهم.
So it's in America, in the United States, our clubs are going little and little. We don't have many young people going into pigeons in today's society. You have a lot of electronics, a lot of video games. It's hard to get them in the pigeon hobby. It's very nice to see Hassan's son starting.
هذا الأمر اللي قاعد يصير في البحرين قاعد يصير عكسه في الولايات المتحدة. عدد المربين قاعدين يقلون شيئا فشيئا والشباب اهتماماتهم دائما في أشياء غير هذا المجال، إلكترونيات وألعاب، وهذه الهواية قاعدة تضيع.
When I was at Hassan's house, it was nice to see his son. He grabbed an Indian Fantail and he started layering the tail feathers, which is one of the things we're going to try to accomplish and talk about in this seminar, how to prepare your Indian for the show. He's ahead of the game. Did real well just sitting there. Didn't come up to me, he's sitting there and I look and I see him and he's layering one feather around the other.
راح يتناول بعض الفنيات في إعداد طير الشمسي.
There's people in the United States that have showed Indian Fantails or any breed a long time. And part of this seminar is to accomplish how to prep your bird for the show. So we're going to have a topic on the breeding on some of the birds I've asked people to bring going through their lofts.
أول شيء اليوم راح يتكلم عليه هو البريدنج، الإنتاج في الطير الشمسي.
The second topic is going to be on how to prep your bird being a young bird for the show.
الموضوع الثاني راح يتكلم شلون تعد طير المعرض وهو صغير.
The third topic will be how to train your bird to show in a cage.
الموضوع الثالث راح يتكلم شلون تدرب الطير انه يوقف وقفة صحيحة في المعرض.
Then one important thing to end the seminar would be, and you guys are ahead of the game, compliments to Mr. Ali, that you have the right size cages. A lot of shows have too small cages. You have a good setup, you have a good height.
A good cages here while showing or in our lofts? What do you mean a good size cages?
For the show, good cages in the
السيد ريك
judging.
لايمن يمتدح في الأقفاص مال المعرض، يقول إنها أقفاص مناسبة وأحجامها كافية إلى الطير الشمسي.
You got up at a nice level. Whoever you have judge, it's nice where the judge is not squatting down and the cages are down here or they're up too high. For me, they were perfect because they were right here.
مستوى أقفاص التحكيم بالنسبة إليه كان ممتاز، أدى العملية بصورة سهلة بدون ما ينحني أو بدون ما يرفع روحه.
So the one thing with the show on that aspect, which we'll touch more on each thing that we're going to try to accomplish here. A lot of the birds in the show were looking up or unsettled, flipping forward or laying back or trying to come up. There were some very nice birds that were calm, and I think some of you have cage trained your birds, and it showed me. Some of the birds I don't think were cage trained.
لاحظ ان كثير من الطيور كانت عندها تنشن، شد اعصاب، ما قاعده تعرض داخل القفص بصوره صحيحه، بينما هناك طيور ثانيه وان كانت قليله بس كانت تعرض بصوره صحيحه. يقول لي ممكن ان هذا الشيء يعود الى المربي نفسه، انه يعتني بهذا الموضوع ويدرب الطير انه شلون يوقف في القفص.
I think that I mentioned it as far as the cages. We need to have lights on the top of them and a nice fluorescent soft lighting. And I will try to, Ali has me into your group on the internet, your club. So I will try, and I think Ali said that you can translate if I type it in English. And what will be nice if he's reply back in English too. So I will give you some ideas. What I'm talking to you about in the show with these cages, I've learned.
عنده موضوع كامل بخصوص هذا موضوع العرض داخل القفص، راح يطرشه الى الاخ علي، والاخ علي بعدين يتصرف شلون انه يوزعه او يترجمه الى الجماعه.
What I am preparing to show you as far as in the show, I've learned from the English trumpeter breeders in the United States. And like you guys are ahead of the game, you have carpet in all the cages, in the holding pens, that's wonderful. And you have carpet down on the cages. When you put lights on them, think about this. There was a lot of adversity in the United States where they did not want lights on the cages. In the English trumpeters and in the Indian fantails.
You mean direct lights?
Yeah, right over top. So when I come to your loft, or a lot of the lofts I've visited, and all your lofts are wonderful. They're nicer than my home I live in. God bless you.
يمتدح في حظايرنا، يقول انها جدا مناسبة حتى وده ينام فيها.
So what I'm talking about is the same type of lighting you have in your breeding pens, most of it. So I know I stretched that out a little long, so we'll end on that topic of the show.
Do you mean that we should add lighting while judging?
Yes, on top of the cages, not in the cage, on top.
We do it last year, but someone refused and someone accepted. So
Yeah.
he doesn't know. Now we will take as
نتكلم
your
عن
experience.
عن الإضاءة في المعرض.
It's your experience. we will follow it.
يفضل إن
لايت او فلورسنت. لايت او فلورسنت.
لا يفضل
يفضل ان اضاءة تكون على القفص، مو not direct.
It needs to be off the cages a little bit, but there's some soft lighting that you can lay, and we'll get into that when we're in there with the cages to show you.
Maybe if you have a snap of that, it could be more.
Yes, I think I can send you the video through the group to you, Ali, and I can show you videos because I've set up in my garage. My garage is probably, well, it's 30 by 30, and I have 80 cages set up around the wall. And I did experiments for years. Part of the reason I've won is because the passion I have for the Indian fantail and all the years of trying to see. If you take your Indian fantail and you put it in a show where you have a top row of cages and a bottom row of cages, you take that bird and set it in the top, it will show totally different than when you set it on the bottom.
من خلال ملاحظته إلى طير الشمسي، إذا كان عندك صفين من الأقفاص، واحد تحت واحد فوق، شيل طير من تحت وخله فوق، راح تشوفه يتصرف بطريقة مختلفة.
So I've done a lot of experimenting. I will try to do some video work in the next 2 months at my house and garage because it's cold there and I'm a boat mechanic. I don't have a lot of work to do the next couple months. I'll try to shoot some videos and get them loaded to you guys. But lighting on the cages can be really bad, which some of you are worried about, and you're right to be worried about it. But the correct soft lighting, where it's an even lighting, is very good because